gotta say, it's fantastic.
Say that again?
It's fantastic.
Yes, it is. Guys, I got it. Ready? Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the very first inaugural episode of the Say That Again podcast. We're your hosts, I'm Duke.
And I'm Jay.
And we're here to talk about everything to do with pop culture, films and TV in general. The first thing we're going to be talking about is top 10 best films of 2025. Jay, do you want to start off with your number 10?
So, starting off with the top 10, this would be my personal top 10 of the year. This is completely subjective, by the way. You know, there's no objectivity taken into account here. But number 10 would go to Sinners, Ryan Coogler's film. Just thought it was a great vampire film, from dusk till dawn-esque vampire film. Amazing cinematography. Ryan Coogler took a lot of inspiration from Rodriguez's work and, tried to incorporate it into his own vampire story. Michael B. Jordan, incredible performances, both the twins, and it was just a really thrilling ride the whole way through. And but yeah, I'll probably have it lower than other people, but that would be my number 10 spot.
All right, for my number 10, let me get my phone.
Yeah, that's all right.
Number 10, I've got Begonia. I'm not a big Yorgos Lanthimos fan, but this one surprised me. The ending I thought was a little bit ridiculous, but the whole is she not an alien plot line I thought was really well executed, and there was some twists here that had me absolutely shocked. But never expected it to be creeping into the top 10, but here we are.
So, my number 9 of the year, I didn't even know this film existed a week before I watched it. It was a film on Netflix. I knew Sean Baker was a part of it, produced it, and one of the director of the film was one of the directors on Takeout with Sean Baker. It's called Left-Handed Girl. This was a great kind of indie film, just a family drama, just trying to watch this family kind of get through life and, live life to the fullest with what they have. And, it has a kind of a personal twist at the end, but really well directed, great cinematography considering it's on, that indie budget. And, just a hidden gem that I don't think anyone really heard of when it came out. And I think it deserves more recognition because it is in my top 10. And I would put it above Sinners, which is probably controversial. But yeah, number 8.
Yeah, I've yet to see that film, but I've heard some good things, so I don't know if it's my cup of tea or not, but you never know. My number 9, I think, is one that you had on your list is Sinners. Sinners I was expecting to be great because I'm a big Ryan Coogler fan, love Black Panther, love Creed. I've yet to see Fruitvale Station, but I've heard nothing but great things.
Oh, Fruitvale Station's even better.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that, but he's not had a miss, and this definitely does not count as a miss. This is a brilliant film. I thought it was very similar to another film that I really like, Dusk Till Dawn, but it doesn't matter. It had some very cool Peaky Blinders aspects in their vibes in there. Peaky Blinders is my favourite show, so and Michael B. Jordan, he's the GOAT, so what can I say?
Right, yeah, I agree with that. I do really like Sinners. Number 8 on my list, and this might be controversial to you because you've probably got it at number 1, Ballerina. Number 8, it's still in the top 10, but obviously great action film. It's a John Wick film. It's not going to have bad action. It's going to have, the top tier, the highest tier you could possibly get of action. Keanu Reeves reprising the role. He's great, obviously, as Mr. Wick. And Ana de Armas, a new addition to the cast. And I think she did pretty well. And even, smaller roles in it. Norman Reedus did great. And I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And I thought the action's over the top, but I absolutely loved it. Especially, the flamethrower at the end, just a whole lot of fun of a film. And that'd be my number 8, and I'm sure it'll be up there for you, number 1 or number 2. Yeah.
Yeah, spoiler alert, I have it a lot higher than number 8. My number 8 was one that I was also expecting to be high up on the year, was The Naked Gun. I'm a big Liam Neeson fan, big fan of the original Naked Gun, put the two together. Absolutely loved it. One of the funniest films of the year. Not the funniest. That's another film on the list.
Isn't Cody Rhodes in it?
Cody Rhodes is in it. Yeah, The American Nightmare. Yeah. He's in the bar, and he should win an Oscar for the performance.
For his 1 minute of screen time.
For his 1 minute screen time as the main character. But just another great one. And I've heard, I don't know, but I think there's a sequel coming. Well, it should do, but hopefully, yeah.
Right, number 7. This is a film I had on my radar for a while, mainly because of the cast. And I don't know why I absolutely loved this film when it came out. It's called Eden. Ron Howard directed it. Jude Law, Ana de Armas. Ana de Armas has proved in this film that she plays, I've just realised, double Ana de Armas, Ballerina Eden. She plays an incredible villain in this film, you know. She just proves she's just as good as playing the villain as she is, the hero, like in Ballerina. Well, we don't talk about her playing the villain in Knock Knock, but she was great at playing the villain in this film. And it was just a thrilling watch. All these people on this island, kind of like Lost vibes, even though I've never seen Lost. But it's all these people stuck on this island. You don't know who's going to end up dead, who's going to end up alive, who's going to be the ones that succeed in, trying to live there. And it was shocking that it was based off a true story. But great film, thrilling watch. And I think it's one of the more underrated of the year. And that would be my number 7.
Yeah, I have yet to see it. The only thing that's putting me off really is one of the cast members sells bathwater. So, not too
sure. She's not that bad in it though. She's good.
Well, yeah, and Madam Web, but we don't talk about that.
No, we don't talk about that.
My number 7, like with Ballerina, I know you're going to have this a lot higher on your list, but this was a really big surprise to me, was The Long Walk. I had no expectations whatsoever going into The Long Walk, and it blew me away. The acting is superb. There should be some nominations there.
I agree.
For Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor, especially from the GOAT, Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, who was great in this film as really the antagonist of the film. But cool concept, Stephen King, and great old time. The geezer from Alien Romulus, he really proved himself, because I thought he was awful in Alien Romulus.
No, I thought he was amazing in The Long Walk. I think he deserves at least a nomination.
Yeah, it's really great. And there were some brutal scenes, absolutely brutal scenes. And I'm someone that can take some gore, but I was like, oh my God. So number 7, well deserved.
Yeah, The Long Walk would be even higher for me coming up in the list, but Train Dreams would be my number 6. And I know you didn't like Train Dreams, but I thought it was great. I thought it was a great film. The cinematography, where he captured all the environments, very Terrence Malick inspired. Joel Edgerton, I've never seen him act like that. Not that he's a bad actor, but that was probably my favourite performance I've ever seen him give. William H. Macy, barely in the film, but such a memorable role as well. And I just thought it was a really great film about grief, about this man trying to overcome his grief, carry on with life, take into account the fact that he's not really left a mark on the world, but he's just kind of like a piece of history that the world's just going to go past. But yeah, I thought it was a great film, and for Netflix, I wouldn't expect them to release something like that. But yeah, really, really good film.
I completely disagree on that, but it was all right. My number 6, if you know me, you know I'm a big fan of this actor, big fan of him as a celebrity, and I was really looking forward to this film, and it delivered 100%. That is The Smashing Machine. This is The Rock redefining himself as an actor, taking himself away from that typical 80s, 90s action hero, moving him into something more of a complex actor. And I think he really delivered here. The prosthetic work on him to make him look like Mark, I nearly forgot his name then, was absolutely unbelievable. It's like 10 minutes in the film, I forgot that I was watching the wrestler that I grew up on, that I was watching Mark Kerr and his life. Emily Blunt, also really great. Looking forward to seeing her in more projects in the future. But yeah, nothing really much to say, just a really, really great film, and I hope Dwayne wins the Oscar. I really do, because I think he was great.
Yeah, I would have to agree there. The Smashing Machine would be least in my top 15. I think The Rock was incredible.
Rest in peace to The Door as well.
Oh yeah, The Door had the saddest fate ever. But number 5 would be Mission Impossible 8: The Final Reckoning. Incredible send off to the franchise. Tom Cruise, he's probably my favourite actor of all time. I think he's incredible in the action genre and outside of it. Mission Impossible, Ethan Hunt, one of his most iconic roles, and the action's incredible. The stunts are incredible. It's thrilling. It's intense. It's a great send off to all these characters. That's an amazing reference, and just a great send off to all these characters. And most franchises don't have such a satisfying conclusion like this one did. And it really sended it off really well. So that would be my number 5.
I do agree. I have that a little bit higher on the list. But my number 5, going into the top 5 now, F1. What a great film. These, by the way, all of these that I've got in my top 5, I give 4.5 and above. I've got 2 5s on there and 3 4.5s. F1, really, really, really good. I knew it was going to be great, but I didn't know it was going to be that great. Joe Bruckheimer, that was Joe Bruckheimer, the director. Yeah, Joe Bruckheimer, he did Top Gun Maverick, didn't he?
Yeah, he produced a few Tom Cruise films, I think.
Yeah, so he's already proved himself to be fantastic, and this film just proves that even more. And you can't go wrong with a bit of Brad Pitt. Damson Idris, he's got my bet on being one of the next guys to play James Bond, because he is really, really great. I have yet to watch Snowfall, but I've seen clips on social media. He looks fantastic in that. And very similar, bit similar to Gran Turismo, but I thought this was a little bit better than Gran Turismo, just a little bit. But this was really like an action blockbuster that the family can go see, that really was what that 80s and 90s vibe really brought back together.
Yeah. Coincidentally, my number 4 is F1 as well. I won't add much to it. Same as Duke said, the racing scene's just exhilarating, just gripping to watch. And, some people complain the ending's predictable, but let's be honest, who cares? Because how else were they going to end it? And it's just an incredible film. Brad Pitt plays the coolest guy I've ever seen, Sonny Hayes. So much charisma. And, just think it was a great film, very reminiscent of the old 80s, 90s, kind of Days of Thunder, kind of, racing films. But number 3.
Yeah, again, to add on F1, they don't really make films like that these days, which are completely original, and cinema is benefiting less off of it, because films like them are what's raking in all the money.
Yeah.
Number 4, this one's a controversial one. But it's got somewhat high ratings on Letterboxd, and that's The Accountant 2. I was a big fan of the first one, but this film blew the first one out the water. This was less of a thriller action and more of a comedy action, more like a brother banter between the two brothers in this film, played by Ben Affleck and John Bernthal as Christian Wolf and Braxton. I thought both of them were absolutely exceptional in this film. There were some scenes that were making me absolutely burst out into laughter. That it was so funny. And the action scenes, specifically at the end, I won't spoil what happens in the end, but there are some spots in this film where I'm like, Jesus Christ, it was really, really good. A big step up from the first one. The first one was great. J.K. Simmons didn't get much time in this, but he was great in it as well. And really good. I was expecting it to be top 10, but not top 5, and I really loved it. And plus, you can't go wrong with a bit of Ben Affleck, a bit of John Bernthal. Let me tell you something, man.
I need to get around to watching The Accountants, because obviously I love Bernthal and Affleck. Number 3, one of the biggest surprises of the year. I walked into this expecting, a decent film, but absolutely loved it. And it's Roofman with Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was really thrilling and emotional at the same time. Channing Tatum, probably one of his best performances. I think he's a great actor. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, especially his Gambit.
Okay, yeah, he's good as Gambit. He's good as Gambit, right. This is probably one of his best performances, if not his best. Kirsten Dunst is great as well. funny performance from Peter Dinklage in it. You know, as the Toys R Us manager, and just a really funny film. Just
Leon
can't go
Prater.
wrong. Yeah, Leon Prater from Dexter, and yeah, that would be my number 3.
All right, top 3 now. My number 3, again, another super controversial one. I know everybody watching this is probably going to want to kill me for this and probably eat me alive, but I have Marching Powder on here. I'm a big fan of Nick Love. I'm a big fan, really big fan of Danny Dyer, so I was looking forward to this, but this just may be this just may be Danny Dyer's greatest film, and that's hard for you to hear, but it's the truth. I mean, I even got the jacket from this film, so what can I say? Really great performances, probably the funniest film of the year. There were some spots in this that were making me absolute bawling, like almost crying of laughter, especially towards the end. And it's quite a good sort of, it tells more of a realistic story about how a man is really, really struggling to sort of rise up from, you know, drug addictions and real serious topics, and it handles it in a sort of comedic way which I can appreciate. And yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed this. Got it on physical media, got it on Blu-ray, and yeah, it's just really, really great.
We'll leave it at that. Moving on to number 2, and it's a lot higher than you. The Long Walk at number 2. Yeah, like Duke said, incredible, gripping film from beginning to end. One of the best endings I've seen all year. I thought the ending was incredible, and probably Cooper Hoffman, you know, Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. You know, I'm not saying he's up there with Philip Seymour Hoffman because I think he's one of the greats, but he has the potential to be, and David Johnson's just as good as him in that film. I think he at least deserves a nomination, if not a win. But yeah, I did love The Long Walk, and Mark Hamill's great as well.
Yeah, can't go wrong with a bit of Hamill. My number 2 and my number 1 I've got a joint first, because I've been trying to think for ages which one's the better film, and I've just been going back and forth and I really can't decide, so I'm just going to blitz them out here. My number 1 and my number 2 joint is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning and Ballerina. John Wick's my favourite franchise, if you can't tell, and Mission Impossible is probably like my second or third, maybe even fourth. Again, so both really mean much to me, and The Final Reckoning is probably the best of the Mission Impossible films. That's controversial because I know a lot of people found it too complicated, but I thought it was the best possible send-off you could have had for the Mission Impossible franchise. On rewatch, I upped it to 5 stars because I really don't see a problem with the film whatsoever. And Ballerina as well. I was worried. I was honestly worried because it's a spin-off, and they've only done one spin-off, The Continental, which I did think was really good. But all my worries were silenced by the first 10 minutes. And the John Wick cameo in that film, oh my God, changed cinema, fantastic. When he showed up from the train, absolute cinema. But yeah, I can't decide because they're both fantastic. And the ending to Final Reckoning was great. There wasn't a dull moment in either one. So they are my joint first of 2025.
I do really like both of those films, so that is respect.
And that scene where she was yelling at the end made me burst out into laughter because it was so poorly acted.